Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was so bored. Oh my God. Okay, so y'all, let's go ahead and get into my notes. Like at first, I didn't even know if I could give y'all 10 minutes of talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta last night. I really didn't feel like I had no talk for this episode. Wasn't nothing really happening. But you know what? I'm going to try to give y'all the best that I got to give this afternoon. It's afternoon. It's not morning no more. Okay. So the episode starts off with our girl, pregnant Eva, laid up on the sofa, talking about how Kandi is now dubbed Salt Baby because she was throwing salt in the game by bringing up what she had said about Portia and how she could have forwarded her these blogs so she could find some business to worry about instead of worrying about Eva and why her baby wasn't at Kenya's baby's party. Okay, that's how all of that had went down. Kandi is messy. Kandi is a liar. And Eva, you're a snore. You're a snore. And you're phony. And you're fake. And you act like you're about that life because you're from Compton or wherever in California where, you know, Valley girls claim to be hard, wherever they be from. Because, you know, I've heard her say some things in the past and I'm like, girl, if you don't stop... If you don't go on away from me with this, okay? But either way, like, it just works on my nerves that she sits there and talks as if Kandi was lying. Kandi may be messy, but Kandi is not a liar. Okay, at least not as far as we know. So Eva's whole storyline this episode is going through the dramatic experience of going to get her daughter Marley's name changed to Sterling so that everyone in the household can therefore be a Sterling, okay? And to completely erase the fact that Kevin McCall is this little girl's daddy. Now, I've talked about Kevin McCall. Trust me, over here, we know Kevin's crazy, okay? We know Kevin probably cannot be trusted with the welfare of a minor. We get it. But at the same time, it's just the dramaticism and the she's pregnant. I'm going to give her room. I'm going to give her room to be hormonal and emotional about this. But it almost seems like, you know, oh, she's our first child. No, she's not. No, she's not. She is this man's child because he chose to adopt her, and that is great. That is awesome. I come from a family of people where we don't care. When it's about these kids, we don't care, okay? We will take care of these kids. It don't matter whether they ours or not. We will take care of these kids, okay? So I understand that. And Mike also was adopted. So him being able to give the love that he received from his adoptive parents to Marley is just full circle realness, okay? It's beautiful. It's life in full reflect, okay? Like, it's awesome. But at the same time, Eva's need to try to erase the fact that Kevin McCall is her dad is just a bit problematic to me. Like, you know, people that try to, like Drea, people that act like their whole card is completely erased because they've changed. No, you still did all that shit. Like, just because you've now turned over a new leaf does not mean that what you did when you was on the other leaf has now dissipated and it's just no more. No. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing with Eva. Like, I get it. It's great. You know, it's emotional for you. But at the end of the day, changing the last name does not now make, you know, that her biological father and Kevin not. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Eva was also worried that Kevin would show up to the proceedings and act a fool. And she's like, Mike, please make sure no one objects because my water might break. And it's just like, oh my God, Eva, just be as dramatic about this boring ass scene as you possibly can, huh? And then once it's all done and she cries and hugs Mike for extra long, they go and have like a little party celebration with some of the other kids and some of the other housewives to rejoice. And the fact that Marley's last name has been changed to Sterling. And Kandi, Cynthia, and Tanya are there. And they discuss when Tanya showed everybody Kenya's wig. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I wanted to go in order of, you know, who was doing what, all right? And they just talked about that and how now Kenya is going to be upset. And Candy's whole thing is Tanya... First of all, the tea was not tea at all. It was water with lemon, first of all. Second of all, I just wish she hadn't done that because Kenya is going to come after her with fever, okay? She is going to drag her, and I don't think that Tanya is prepared for that. Neither do I, Candy. Neither do I. Okay, I don't think that Tanya's prepared for that. And it's just because Tanya is not the same type of person that Kenya is. Okay, there are two different types of people. Tanya seems to have come from a great childhood. Okay, so her outlook on life is somewhat more optimistic. So she's not gonna go for the jugular the way Kenya will. The fact that she even thought having Kenya's wig was tea shows us that she has no idea of what this warm substance we drink when we gossip about people. She has no idea what it really is if she thought that that was tea. Marlo, Candy, Portia, and Tanya go to the spa. And Candy hopes that they don't remember the last time the girls were there. Nene was there, Kenya was there. It was a lot. Okay, they got into it. We remember. So they put on their prison orange and go to wait for people to come and rub their feet as they talk and be messy. Tanya asked for a uterus reflexologist. Do you guys do uterus reflexology? Because I'm trying to get pregnant. Like, the man was like, no. Then they discussed the Toronto trip. And Candy thought that the trip was going to end early after Nene and Kenya got into that fight in Marlo's room. But oh no. No, it did not. That was not the end. That was not the last thing that we was going to have on our minds when we came back home. Oh no. It was Kenya sitting at the table insinuating that someone's man at the table may be cheating, and Wood said housewife wants to know if her man was cheating. We all know that it was about Tanya. It took some people a moment to get there. Portia was like, is she talking about me and Dennis? But then when she kept saying how beautiful the girl was, I was just like, Tanya, she's talking about you, girl. And Tanya's response was, I don't understand why she couldn't say something to me. She was just telling me how I need to hurry up and use one of my eggs. And I'm just kind of like, how can you talk to me about my uterus at length, but you can't tell me about my man allegedly trying to get with some cookie lady? Like what? That was what Tanya was saying in so many words. They chopped this scene up so much that there was confusion behind her statement. Like Candy took it back, as if Tanya was saying that she had a problem with Kenya and her having that conversation about the fertility issues. Kenya maintains that that's how she met Tanya, trying to help her with her fertility issues because Kenya has been through it. Kenya knows what it's like to only have one egg left. So the fact that this was perceived any type of way is going to be a problem for Kenya, and I'm going to look at Candy and be like, nah, bitch. I let you skate by last episode when you was further asking more questions to Tanya about this whole if your man was cheating scenario. Okay, I let you slide, but once we done got to this episode and I'm like, Candy, reel it in. Reel it in, sis. You're being way too messy right now, okay? This is below your pay grade for you to be being this damn messy right now, okay? We need you to just sit back and chill out. Now, that's what she did in this scene. In this scene at the spa, Candy was kind of just sitting there looking around and not really saying anything until Marlo was like, well, Candy, what do you think about it? I don't know nothing about nothing, but we know that she does. Tanya says, well, I may have some tea on Kenya. And then she goes and leaves and comes back with a bag. And apparently, when Kenya had left, she called Tanya and asked her to retrieve a box for her and bring it back to the States. Well, Tanya's like, I'm not going to just bring a box that I don't know what's in it over the border, right? So she opened the box and it was a charger and a wig. It's Wiggate. I said, you know what? Get the hell out of my face. Why is this hard for anybody to understand? Kenya does have long, thick, beautiful hair. Okay? But every once in a while, when she doesn't want to do it, she throws a wig on that thing. Okay? Why is this any different than what anybody else is out here doing? Before I cut all my hair off, I had a whole bunch of hair under these wigs. Okay? So I'm just trying to understand, what does that mean? Oh, because I wear a wig, that must mean that I don't have any hair? No, that's a lot of the times the exact opposite, because wigs are used as a protective style to protect the hair that I actually do have, as to not burn it out, flat ironing it, curling it, and coloring it every other week. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is stupid. Okay, this is not tea, but of course Marlo wants to get up. Oh my God, she wearing a wig. Oh my God, like, girl, I can't do the raspiness right now, so I just gotta pull it in the back of the throat and just make it deep. But yeah, y'all, they just made a really big deal out of the wig, and then she's trying on the wig. It was a nice half wig, and Candy was like, I got a wig like that. Is that a half wig? I have a wig like that. Like, this is not a big deal. And they tried to make it seem like it was all this tea flooding everywhere. Child, go on away from me with this and this foolishness. Filler ass scene. Tanya asked Candy, since she's such good Judies with Kenya, to bring her the wig, and she says she will. So then Cynthia, Candy, and Kenya meet up, and Candy says that Kenya was throwing shade at Tanya at the end of the Toronto trip, talking about if her man was cheating, and Kenya was like, oh, did we tell you about the cookie lady? Oh. Okay, yeah, Kenya, everybody caught it. Okay, that's what we're saying. You weren't doing anything as sneaky as you thought you were. We all picked up on it eventually. This is when we find out that Cynthia went and told Tanya what was going on, because she didn't feel right about Tanya being left in the dark about the situation, especially now that everybody's talking about it. Well, Tanya said that it doesn't matter because Kenya is not going to tear down her house of love. Okay, a heart is a house of love, and I've learned that it don't take much to break a heart. Is a house of love. Ooh, let me build it up. Oh, come on, y'all, build it up, build it up, build it up. Look, if you don't know about the 5 heartbeats, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, go culture yourself. So then Candy whips out the wig, all right, and says, well, this is the tea that Tanya says she had on you. And Kenya is like, what? I feel like she was trying to embarrass me if I would be embarrassed. But who cares if I wear a wig? Exactly, Kenya. Who? Not me. Then Candy says, well, Tanya says something about not feeling comfortable with you talking about her eggs. Kenya says, oh, well, that's fake, okay? Because we had many a conversation and she never made me feel like she was uncomfortable. I was coming to her sister to sister, okay? I was coming to her homegirl to homegirl, all right? Woman to woman. Woman to woman. If you ever been in love, then you know how I feel. And woman to woman, now if you were in my shoes, wouldn't you have done the same thing too? I'm talking to you, woman. You should be woman enough to understand. Y'all, that's my part right there. But yeah, Kenya was like, I don't understand why she would make it seem as if that conversation was an issue. I was trying to help her. But you know what? We got issues now, okay? We got a problem now. The shade tree has arrived. Here I am. Get ready. I said, oh, Lord, here y'all go making a mountain out of a damn molehill. Kenya is about to get all upset when at the end of the day, Kenya, you started it. You started it. You got upset because Tanya said her relationship was perfect. You were so upset by that because you was a misery loves company ass bitch and your relationship is shitty. Okay, so instead of just swallowing your jealousy in that moment like regular people, you gonna go ahead and try to start and stir conversations that's gonna hurt this lady purposefully because you jealous. Okay, let's be honest, let's be real. So you threw that out there. That was you that started that. Tanya is only responding to the energy that you were already putting out there. So to now sit up here and act like somebody did something to you? Really, Twit? Really? I can't. I will not. Cause see, Kenya likes to make it seem like, everybody else is so stupid and she's so damn smart. And I'm just kind of like, oh, word. You're a scholar and a gentleman, Kenya. Scholar and a gentleman. So y'all, Portia and Lauren go over to her mom's. Y'all, this was really bothering me last night. Is Lauren Miss Diane's daughter too, or did they have the same pappy? I can't remember. It's been so long. But anyway, they go over to Portia's mom's house. Miss Diane, y'all know Miss Diane got her storm wig on, okay, giving y'all old bitch body out here, okay? And she tells them that she and Dennis are back engaged and she wants them to just sit down and have a conversation with Dennis because she knows that what Dennis did affected everybody in the family. Mama Diane wants to see what has changed in order for Portia to get back with Dennis. And I said, child, I don't know. And then she was on Watch What Happens Live last night with Tanya and they asked about her and Dennis. And all she could really say is it's a work in progress. But the look on her face and the tone of her voice told us that once that video came out, it definitely caused some issues, stirred some problems over there at Portia and Dennis's house. That's why I don't like putting that shit out because it's like I don't want to be responsible for somebody hurting like that. You know what I'm saying? Not directly. Not like you opened your phone and saw it and you know what I'm saying? Because I sent it somewhere. I don't like how that feels. And watching her, I could tell that she's bothered. I can tell that she's upset. I can tell that she's sad. Not to say that I feel like, Dennis was in public. Dennis was in public with them girls. So at the end of the day, the video is fair game. I'm just saying what I feel comfortable doing, But yeah, Portia, I don't even know what to say because I feel like how many times are we going to say, Portia, you need to leave him? But ultimately, you kissed the frog and he stayed a frog. You can do better. Now, I didn't understand the point of all of this until I came to understand that Miss Diane and Lauren have blocked Dennis on social media and I guess via text message and phone call. So there are times when they have his baby and he can't get in contact with them because they've blocked him because of what he did to Portia. So now everybody's going to have a family dinner, and we're going to talk and put everything out on the table. And basically, Dennis is supposed to apologize to the family and hopefully we can all get past this. So the day that they all, supposed to sit down and talk, Portia then ordered some food and Dennis comes in and informs her that his Mama Gina, is coming. Portia didn't know that Mama Gina was coming. Y'all know Mama Gina and Portia have always had a tumultuous relationship because Mama Gina is used to being more parts of Dennis's life. She's a part of the business aspect. So she was always trying to make sure that Portia wasn't a gimme girl. And we was all looking at Mama Gina like, okay, Portia got her own. She don't need to be a gimme girl with the frog prince over there. But either way, now that Dennis has turned out to be, the flaw party in their relationship with the cheating and everything, his mom has not really made an effort to talk to Portia. And I imagine that it's uncomfortable. Like, that is her son. And even though y'all have a baby together, y'all are not married yet. And I think that when you're not an actual daughter-in-law, it makes it harder for the mom to feel as if she has to, in some way be on your side because you're not a real daughter-in-law. You are just his baby mama at this point. Portia, and that's sad, but that's the realization. Y'all really rushed into everything. And y'all baby is a blessing, and that's what's most important. But the relationship part has been rushed into, and it's not just affecting y'all's relationship. It's affecting the relationships y'all have with each other's family members, which can make shit even more strenuous when you got a mom over here that, not gonna tell her son that he's wrong, but gonna tell Portia that she's wrong, even when she hasn't done anything, So yeah, I understand how Portia was feeling. She was just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about Mama Gina right now. Like, just It's a lot going on. Dennis starts to give his speech, okay? There's a lot that's been going on over the past couple of months, and Lauren is like, it felt like a year. And the mama said, oh yeah, it felt like a year. Yeah, it felt like a long time. So you can't even try to buck for your son right now, okay? Because Lauren's sister is the one that's been embarrassed and humiliated all over the blog. So there ain't really much you can do right now. Dennis apologizes and says he is taking accountability for his wrongdoings, his selfishness. And as we discovered last episode, selfishness is code word for sticking my thing in anything that walks. So even though Dennis is supposed to be apologizing, he does want them to realize how much of an issue it is for him that they block him on social media when they have his baby. And Portia is like, wait a minute, okay? Because you did something to the family. Like, oh, we're talking about family. But you did something to me. You did something to me, okay? And now these are the repercussions of that. Portia gets into how she feels about Mama Gina, who was okay to check her, but hasn't checked her son, okay? And Mama Gina says, you know, when I found out what was going on, I fussed at him every day because I really wanted him to know how much he had messed up. But at the same time, she didn't know how to insert herself in a situation with Portia because it is, you know, I don't know how to deal with that, you know, coming to you in support of you, you know, when my son is my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what the mama was saying about how not knowing how to come at the situation. I got that. And it is uncomfortable. But Portia was happy to know that Mama Gina had fussed at Dennis whenever that had happened. She wasn't there, though. Mama Diane says that, you know, it really affects all of us. And we would like for y'all to go to counseling and build the foundation that y'all skipped over at the beginning. I just had to trust and believe my heart. And we're just a work in progress. You know, like that's the constant thing. They're a work in progress. They're a work in progress. And I'm just like, Portia, you're going to be good and goddamn tired of being in progress or some shit. When will we see the finished product? But yeah, y'all, it's just, y'all, honestly, the Portia Dennis saga is starting to get very exhausting to talk about because it's the same thing over and over again. And she stays. And she's there. And we just have to, you know, be here talking about how terrible he is. But then at the same time, it's like how hard can we really go? Like, you not mad, how I'm gonna be mad? Okay? But yeah, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share the video. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all support of my channel. I'll see y'all in the next one.